still awkward, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Last but not least, before I have something to share with you, and this is really cool. Okay. Writing with my hand. This is hilarious. Just to show there's nothing on here. All right, I'm not going to pull a trick on anybody. Why would I do that? That'd be weird. Okay. How to hold a pen. Sometimes what I do is that I will mimic whatever I'm doing in my left hand, and I'll try to think, okay, because I did break my right wrist one time. I was 19. It was a really stupid accident. I was sledding. Long story. But I broke my right wrist, and I had to learn how to write with my left hand. So I vaguely remember what it was like to hold a pen or a pencil in my left hand. So what I recognize is that I rest the pen on my middle finger, I press down with my index, and I press in with my thumb. So I try to remember that and deconstruct that movement, because it's something that I do when I teach dance. If something is a little too confusing or a little too overwhelming, there's too many things going all at once, kind of deconstructing and say, this is pressing this way, this part is releasing this way, this part is facing this way, any sort of directional or anything you can use with your weight, anything that you can use as far as timing is concerned, that's what I do. So I'm reteaching and relearning, these tasks in much smaller scope. So let's see what happens, okay? I was able to sign my name yesterday. It was really cool. Okay, so rest the pen on middle finger, okay? Press down with index and press in with the thumb. All right. Oops, I lost my grip. And look at this. I mean, it's backwards right now, but Heather Harris. I was able to sign it! That's pretty cool. Okay, but that takes a lot of work. So I've been told by my occupational therapist that I've got to do a lot of writing. Okay, so thank you so much for being there and all of the really kind words. I've been flooded with private messages on Facebook. I'm trying to keep in touch with everybody, but please keep in contact with me on my page regarding my recovery and regarding everything about my advocacy for what I've been through and so far what my journey has been so far and what it can be. Any information that people have about what possibly was the culprit, the target so far has been my estrogen therapy that I had been on for a few years, and I had been taking for my hot flashes for perimenopause. It's really important to get that word out, that there is that risk, there's that elevated risk. In spite of the fact that I don't smoke, and I've never smoked, in spite of the fact that I have a healthy diet, in spite of the fact that I'm very active, and in spite of the fact that I am a happy person, I have a great family life, I have a great social life, I have a great community of friends, that just because of that, just because of the estrogen itself, that might have elevated the risk. It might have elevated my blood pressure, and it might have created the coagulation in my blood to clot, which prevented the oxygen from getting to that part of my brain where that had the stroke. So one last thing, it's really, really cool. Shop and Save is like really close to me, so all I have to do is just walk over there to the pharmacy and to get any sort of food that I want. And here's the thing that's really cool. You know how sometimes they'll have blood pressure machines that you just go. And so this one, I feel like I'm still stuck in the 20th century. This one is really cool because it has, it's called a Higi, H-I-G-I. And what you can do is that you can go and create an account. If you have an email address, use your email address, use a password just for that. And it will measure your weight. It will ask you about your age, your height, and it will measure your blood pressure. It will measure your body fat percentage, your BMI. Not a big fan of BMI, but body fat percentage, that's fine. And your weight, that's fine too. But the blood pressure, that higher number and lower number, that's the numbers, those are the ones that I'm most concerned about right now. The last time that I had it measured there was 144 over 111, I think. And today, this morning, I went, and it was 136 over 91. It's slowly starting to come down. And my goal is to make it 120 over 80 and to get this side of my body working again. It's relearning everything. This video is a lot longer, but I really appreciate being able to share this with you. So until next time, this is day 4 of my recovery. I will probably share another video with you for my first physical therapy appointment, but I plan on being ahead of the game. All right, guys, I love you bunches. Mwah!